As a pastor for over 30 years, I get the struggle, the sermon application struggle. Most of us are really good at explaining the text, but application is hard because it requires a different homiletical muscle. So we default to shallow surface level application. Here's the difference. Shallow application might say, this passage teaches us to love our enemies. So this week, love that irritating coworker. And yes, this is true, but it's a little bit shallow compared to this deep application, which asks, what does it reveal about my heart that I've labeled this person as an enemy? What am I protecting? And how does the gospel dismantle my need to be right and withhold from this person and to feel superior to this person, to be vindicated? Shallow application might say, Jesus calls us to generosity. So start giving 3%, 5% more this week. True, we're called to generosity, and that might be a really good idea. But deeper application is going to probe the heart more and ask questions like, where have I made money my functional savior? What am I afraid will happen if I loosen my grip? And how does my spending reveal what I truly believe about God's provision? And what would it look like for me with regard to my finances to trust God as Father rather than living as an orphan? Again, shallow application might say, we should forgive because God forgave us. So forgive your spouse. Yes, absolutely. However, we can go deeper with this and wrestle with the issue a little bit more, asking questions like, why does my identity still depend on holding this grudge? Or what payoff am I getting from my bitterness? And is it really a payoff? And how have I made myself the victim? And why? And what would it cost me to release my need and revenge? And why does that feel like death? Can you see how all of these issues are leading us closer and closer to the cross of Jesus? The difference isn't just depth of application. It really is the direction that application takes, because shallow application points outward to behavior, when deep application points inward toward heart exposure, then upward to gospel rescue. Surface level application gives us the illusion of control. We can measure it, we can track it, we can check it off, attend church every week, read 3 chapters, pray for 10 minutes, volunteer, give a percentage, post a Bible verse, and all these things are fine. They're good. Maybe the difference is that surface application feels doable in our own strength, where deep application is somewhat terrifying because it requires total surrender. It means admitting that I cannot fix myself, nor can I bear any fruit apart from my union with Jesus. It means facing the idols that I have built, the lies that I've believed, and the wounds that maybe I've buried. We could say that surface application gives us something to do. It keeps us busy, but deep application makes us vulnerable. Sadly, we've been trained to preach information-heavy sermons that aim toward modifying behavior rather than heart-level engagement that really transforms from the inside. And yet we know the heart doesn't change through information transfer. It changes through an encounter with grace, with Jesus. And so when we meet Jesus in the text, not just talk about him, but actually meet him in his mercy and his kindness, something shifts at the deepest heart level. And this is the kind of application we're learning about in our preaching community. How to preach the scriptures from the heart to the heart, especially in application. If this resonates with you, check out the community with the link below. It's free to join, and I would love to see you there. My name is McKay Caston, and this is Preach 360.